What up? How's everyone doing? You guys ready for X-Men 97? Are you guys ready for the Doomsday trailer? Are you guys ready for some SDCC talk, San Diego Comic-Con talk? God damn it. Y'all ready to hear what Kevin Feige's been saying? That's what we're talking about, so I hope you are. So, pull up the Disney Plus and fill your cup and light your smoke. Because it's time to get nerdy. Hello, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the why the fuck is my camera messed up? That's what yeah, that too. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the fucking shit. It was not like that earlier. Hold on. I'll tell you that's better. Anyway, what's happening? How we doing? You guys ready to watch some X-Men? Because I am. You guys ready to dive back into that Doomsday trailer? Obviously, it's been out since Monday. We've all watched it, probably a fair chunk, but I still want my turn to talk about it, so we're going to fucking do it. And then there's some other stuff. SDCC expectations. Kevin Feige's been running his mouth. Not in a bad way. And frankly, if he wants to get yappy over a couple days this week, totally fine. Why? Because other than, a couple, 3 times a year like this, we don't fucking hear from him. He doesn't live on the internet like other executives do. Anyway, yeah, so that's what's on the agenda. So that's what's happening. Got Spicy Dan in here, executive judge, Your Honor. Brooke Allen, what's happening, man? So, yeah. What are you guys up to? How's your week been so far? Are you guys, did you guys get hyped up by the Doomsday trailer? I mean, we've only been waiting for it for fucking half a year. So, yeah, how you guys feeling about the trailer? I mean, obviously, we're going to go deep into the trailer later. But just in general, how'd you guys feel about that trailer? Did you dig it? I dug it. Matter of fact, after I got out of work on Monday, because the trailer is also on the Disney Plus, I came home and watched it on the TV, and that was way better than my phone. Obviously, it would be, but still, yeah, that was a 65-inch representation of that trailer was. Yeah, actually, I was. What's funny? Do you remember back? You guys remember back? A couple 3 months ago, at least. someone pulled out that old clip of Downey doing an Eastern European accent and shit, and you're like, is this what Doom's gonna sound like? The answer to that is pretty much yes. That's what he sounds like, all right. So yeah, I think he's killing it. Not that I'm surprised at all, because RDJ's a fucking really good, great actor. Like, period. So, am I surprised that he has a good Doctor Doom voice? No. No, I am not. And you'll start off with the win, which means I'm probably going to lose this one. Oops. I won't do anything if I can't type this shit correctly. Let's see what happens. Hey, how's your week been? Got a lot done at work today. Needed approved. Nice. Ooh. Yeah, baby. Thank you, Streamlabs. You were hating me over in Justin's stream, you fucker. Where to go? Yeah, got a lot done. Just need approved, and then it can get tested next week. Sweet. Getting it tested next week. What do you think it cost? Yeah, okay, that was bad. Shut up. Anyway. So yeah, it's been an interesting week for chilling. Yes, it has. Got in a minor car accident on Monday. Yeah, that's right, another one. But the vehicle survived. It's still quite drivable. The quarter panel's kind of fucked, and my door makes a loud popping sound every time I open it because it's pushing past the quarter panel now, my driver's side door. But yeah, so get this shit, right? Y'all know 4-lane road, 2 here, left turn lane. So I'm cruising down the road. I'm in the right lane. Van in the left lane. Ahead of me. Okay, fine, whatever. Turns on the right turn signal and then just starts going across the road, trying to turn into a business. Meanwhile, I'm honking and standing on my fucking brakes. And I actually made it up onto the curb before the impact happened. No, I wasn't at fault. This asswipe turned from the left lane all the way across trying to turn to a business. Turns out to be this elderly woman who, when I spoke with her, either she was flying on some kind of pain meds or she has cognition issues. Regardless, she kept trying to defend herself from turning right into a business from the fucking left lane. I had my turn signal on. I looked and there wasn't anyone there. Number one, I was there. Number two, it doesn't matter if you have your turn signal on because you're not allowed to turn into anything from the left fucking lane. It really sucked that it was an elderly lady too, because I wanted to fucking go off, and I'm like, I can't lose it on Grandma. Okay, well, I'll be honest, I lost it on Grandma like right after the impact, when she was looking at me vacantly through her passenger window. Yeah, I am 100% convinced that even after, like, you know, the sheriff showed up and did their business and then left, and I am 100% convinced, even to this minute right now, this happened Monday. At this moment right now, I would bet a lot of money borrowed from the mob that she still doesn't think she did anything wrong. I would bet lots of money. More than $500. So yeah. Outside of that, week's been okay. Oh, appreciate you, Dave. About damn time you got yourself some sleep. Go to bed. Get some rest. Appreciate you for stopping in, man. Good to see you always. Yeah, so that was Monday. So like I said, car's still drivable. Just It's ugly now. And the door pops when I open it. Not when I close it, just when I open it. And the side blinker, I guess, is fucked up because it does the fast thing. When I turn the turn signal on, it does the fast blink. It does the usual pace. So, you know how it does when your bulb's gone, but yeah. Anyway, so I'm admittedly still ragey about it because every time I turn on my left turn signal or open my fucking door, I'm reminded of what happened. I mean, obviously it's on my driver's side, so I see it every day too, but you know, cosmetic shit I can roll with. Like, I don't like it, but I can roll with it without, you know, losing my shit too much. But that significantly loud popping sound that happens every time I open my door and, like, the turn signal, fast blink. That's all I have to say. At least I got away safe and without a citation. Yes. Those are silver linings. Having a car that's still basically operational, good. You know, so it's nowhere near as bad as it could have been. Like if I hadn't seen it coming and was just going full speed, which would have been somewhere between 45 and 50 miles per hour. At the time, it would have been way fucking worse for both of us. So managed to impact at a much lower speed than full speed, and my car's still driving. So I have to keep concentrating on the many ways it could have been way worse. But I'm still pretty ragey about it, not gonna lie. Like, I've been over emotional the last couple days. It's been hitting me hard the last couple days. I ain't afraid to admit it. I'm not ashamed. It is what it is. Or it's like, I am neurodivergent, so I have similar problems like letting go of things sometimes. Oh, me too. Thank you, Executive Judge. I'm quite happy. And you're right. Every time we drive, we're taking our lives into our hands. That is not wrong. I mean, we're basically just trusting that, you know, people will not be complete fucking morons and, you know, injure me or kill me. So, anywho, yeah, outside of that, it's, you know, normal Tuesday, normal Wednesday. And it was a normal Monday up until that point, too. All right, but, you know, it is what it is. We're all still here. I can still drive my own car. Got to be good enough. All right. You pray that you don't be a moron on the road. Well, I mean, if you're that cognizant of it, you probably won't. Still fighting a case from an accident. Executive, the judge caught a case. It's a little. I'm sorry. It's a little ironic, though. It's a little funny. Letting your driving record go dirty yet without a fight? Hell no, brother. Yeah, the irony of executive catching a case is kind of hilarious. Just glad I'm okay after what happened to Kaylee Hoddle. I know. Do you guys see that? The little girl from like Godzilla and Godzilla Kong and just turned 18 not too long ago and car accident and dead. 8 fucking years old. God, that sucks. I mean, I know people like anytime someone dies younger than what most people think they should, it's always called like a tragedy or what, you know. And it is. It is tragic when someone young loses their life. But death period is tragic. You know? It might be less tragic for you know, someone lived a nice, full, hale and hearty life and died in their mid to late 90s or whatever. Or she was a passenger. Yeah, it's a shame. It is tragic. It is a tragedy. But all death really is a tragedy. To a certain level. Obviously, you know, circumstances vary. Like for example, someone with a terminal, super painful illness, when they pass on, it's still tragic. More so because of the illness than them passing. But on the other hand, you know, they're not suffering anymore either. So that makes it a little less. Well, that's a nice uplifting subject. Okay, moving on. You guys got your Disney Pluses pulled up yet? If not, please do. And then get your heinies to here. So we can click here. So I can pick, oh fuck, brain fart. Polaris' nose. Poke her in the eyeball. Do this with her lips. Yeah, I'm that fucking weird. Deal with it. Anywho, so that's where you need to be. Because I want to get watching this pretty soon. Because we got like the news portion of the stream is fairly chonky. 95, damn dog. Yeah, it's fairly chonky. I mean, we have a trailer to go over, and like people's streams and shit mostly got all put back up on Monday, so I'm not so worried anymore. It's almost like Disney was like, oh wait a minute, that was kind of an automatic thing, and we probably shouldn't do that with this. So I think we'll be pretty safe. Go over it. I'll probably move the window over to this other monitor so I can keep an eye on the back end just in case. Yeah, so we're going to watch that again. I know we've all watched it multiple times. I've watched it on my TV even, but we're going to... This community is going to go over it together. God damn it. That's what's going to happen. We'll speculate a little bit, and then we'll talk about a couple other things. SDCC. All the stuff Feige's been saying the last day or two. We got stuff, chat. We have stuff. So, in about 3 minutes, we're hitting play. So get your shit filled up, pretty please, and thank you. And as we're getting ready, I shall now, in case there are new people, explain how this shit goes while we're watching the show. I didn't even mean to rhyme right there, but that was cool. So how this works is, first thing you need to know about when we watch stuff here on this channel is, I'm a bit of a Scrooge, a bit of a miser. I have other things I have to pay, so I have the ad tier of Disney Plus. I have ads. Okay, I have ads. So how that'll work is when an ad pops up for me, I will say ad, and if you do not have ads, you pause. And then when the ad is over, I will say we're back, and if you don't have ads, that's when you hit play. Pretty simple system. A bit tedious, a bit annoying, I freely admit. Yes, exactly. I mean, you're not super wrong, though. That's the problem. Yeah, so if you don't have ads, that's how it works. I'll say ad, you pause. I'll say we're back, you hit play, and we'll stay mostly together. I'll tell you one thing that is happening, though. I'm going to see the Odyssey on Saturday. Whoop, whoop. Yep. Mr. Chillin' and I are going to go check out the latest Nolan epic movie. I'm excited. I am excited. Not as excited as I will be when we go see Spider-Man or Doomsday, but I've been looking forward to this fucking movie since it was announced. So I'm stoked. And then, of course, I imagine most, if not all of you, have seen it by now, so we can have a nice in-depth conversation about that Saturday. Actually, that depends if we have time. Speaking of Saturday, holy shit. This Saturday, Marvel is doing their Hall H presentation at SDCC. Of course, we're going to talk about what we may or may not be seeing there. But a month later. I mean, hey, though, you got the screen. I have to drive like literally an hour to get to an IMAX screen. Bunch of bullshit. Where was I? Yes. Anyway, Saturday SDCC Hall H presentation. It begins at 8:30 p.m. In my time zone of the Eastern Standard. I don't give a fuck that Josh is streaming. I'm doing my own. So we will go at about 8:15. We'll hang out. And then I'll be refreshing the Twitter feed like a motherfucker. And as soon as something cool pops up, we'll get after it. Yeah. So, all right. It's that time, chat. Pull up your Disney Pluses. Oops, I gotta turn my fucking music off. Shut up. I gotta mute that so the episode doesn't come through and I get copy struck. Do that. Do that. Oh, you have to drive an hour too? Damn. All right. Up with the plus. That is the Disney. Be on this screen. Be ready to click or tap this depending on what kind of device you're watching on. All right, chat. It's time. We are going to click on the episode and skip nothing, by the way. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it. Add. We're back. Disney Plus title screen. Here we go. Do not skip the recap. Oh, yeah. I don't give a fuck. That theme always goes hard. That's just straight up cold shit, bro. And this line is killer. That's a cold ass line too. Bro, what the fuck? Ad. Ad. Puppies. And we're back. Reverend Stryker. Potentially Adam Driver. Nice, just dumping it all into the water. Oh yeah, he's a Summers. Excuse me. Oh, nice comeback, Spicy Dan. Little Reed Richards from Morph. Nice. I mean, that's fair. Add. Oh, this same fucking one again. And this one again. I can see we're going to be on a cycle of the ads. Oh, this one's different from last time, but it's also not a new ad. I've seen this one many, 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 many times. New one. And we're back. Was that fucking Jeff? most of my chat turned on a video game. Ooh, that's an apocalypse line. Ruh-roh. Oh, here we go with the personification. Nice. Ooh. Ooh, new outfits. I mean, I still like the traditional fits, but those are cool. They're like an upgraded version of the X-Men 2000 movies. Add, add. Oh, a new commercial. And it's also lame. Jiggle, jiggle. Damn it. Oh, look at the poor wet chow. 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 Food. Oh, nice. Telekinetic Wolverine claws. Poor beast. Oh shit, he's got guns on the chair. Damn. With axe. Oh, you're right. That wasn't much longer. Hmm. Well, when you need a tornado and storming around, I guess you can have a telekinetic one. That's rude. Bishop's handy like that. Okay, she's about to do some shit, and I'm here for it. Nice. Shit. Apocalypse. Athens. What the fuck are we doing in Greece? Oh shit! I know. Oh, chat. Oh, I know what this is. Oh, did he just order himself to increase the power? Yep. Oh shit. Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, stop. All right. Okay, so we can talk about that for a little bit. Yeah. Back end about freaked me the fuck out. Okay. Yeah. Well, chat, what'd you think? I'll be honest. I thought it was like just an okay episode for most of it, and then the end kind of redeemed it and made it a pretty good episode. And I'm talking about like the end of the Genosha section, and of course the very end. Now let's chat. We all saw this coming, chat. We all saw this coming. This wasn't really this was not a surprise, but it was still dope. I'm wondering, way better than last week's episode. What? Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. I wonder who came up with the idea of how his transformation was. Like first the deck of cards changes from normal playing cards to tarot cards, and then it looks like all the cards in the deck in about 5 decks like rolled back up on him. I thought he was gonna be a card mummy for a second, and then now he's just all grayed out like a servant of apocalypse should be. I wonder is he gonna call him Death or a different one, or that's gonna be interesting to see next week. No. I was quite whelmed. Unless I'm misremembering. Wait, which one what was last week? I already forgot what last week was. I think I might be thinking back 2 weeks. Damn it. Wait. Damn, they got on the home screen, they have the Doomsday trailer on autoplay. Oh yeah, I was off a week. Yeah, last week's was alright. I mean, it's cool that Logan has his adamantium back and all that shit. And introducing the Brood was cool. Sets up them potentially bringing in the Annihilation Wave at some point. So, yeah, I was a week off. I guess that kind of says something about last week's episode, eh? Wasn't it around episode 5 last season where there was like an iffy one, or was that what was the episode that was split between Jubilee and Sunspot going to Mojo World and then Storm and Forge out in the desert? Was that episode 4 or was that episode 5? Yeah, the Rise of Apocalypse episodes are dope. Yeah, I was thinking about part 2, but that was episode 4. Yeah, this was a better episode than last week's. I do agree with that. Now that I remember which episode was last week's. Okay. Yeah. We have Horseman Gambit until we find out what Apocalypse is going to call him. That's what I'm going to call him, Horseman Gambit. Yeah, so I'm talking about in season 1. There is that split episode with Jubilee and Sunspot, and then Forge and Storm. Right. Any further thoughts on that, chat? Because if not, Now that we have watched that, I'm going to go take a quick potty break and get a new beverage, which should make you very happy. Unless you're new, then you're about to find out why you should be very happy. I'll be back. Time's up, motherfuckers. Yeah. What up, Delta Dan? How you doing, my guy? Yeah. There we go. All right, chat. It is about that time. I know we've seen it. And I don't give a fuck. We haven't all watched it together in this community. So, chat. Let us now watch together this Doomsday trailer, and then let us together discuss it and go over it and see what kind of fun shit we can find. Like to hit, hit, go.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. And presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle.
Hey, pal.
It's not possible.
Hey, look, there I am in the corner. Okay. I don't give a fuck what any of those weenies out there on the internet are talking about. This trailer's underwhelming. This movie's gonna suck. Yada yada yada. You know, y'all can suck all of my dick. First of all. Second of all, I had a whole bit I was gonna do for this, and I completely forgot to fucking do it, and I'm really annoyed with myself right now because it was gonna be fun. And three, this trailer's fucking amazing just in general. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the other way though. How is it? Really? By the way, did y'all ever watch the Supergirl pitch meeting? Because that shit was funny. Yeah, I know. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, but I'm scrolling to get to what I need, so fucking deal with it. But yeah, that shit was funny. What the fuck? That was weird. Okay, so you guys have any general thoughts on the trailer overall that you'd like to share before we start diving in and see what my limited fucking observation skills can see? That kind of thing. attempt to analyze, attempt to speculate. But first, I must gamble. Fuck. All right. So first things first, and I'm leaving myself in the corner this time. We're beginning at the X Mansion. I think a lot of this trailer takes place at the X Mansion. All right. I mean, let's start with the. But let's start with the music, man. And they start off with, a lot of things like this start off with that big old percussive thump. But then instead of like, you guys know how in a lot of trailers and, well, less so movies, but a shit ton of trailers, everyone wanted to use that sound. You know which one I'm talking about? I hope you know which one I'm talking about. I'm doing a very, very poor impression of it, but anyway, I appreciated the fact that they did not. It would have fit, but I'm glad they didn't. Fuck it. I love the music. It's nice and menacing, and again, doesn't have a lot of the shit that we've gotten over the last couple of years in trailers when it comes to music for dark scenes.
Something's coming.
Okay. So first of all, our first time hearing RDJ as Doom speaking. And he has the Eastern European accent.
Something's coming.
Okay. Now, obviously, some shit's going down. This looks like an incursion, and I think this is the incursive planet. And I'm going to say what we are witnessing. You guys remember in the lake, they're talking about how the X-Men are going and blowing up other worlds and shit. I think this might be Charles watching his X-Men blow up a fucking world. That's what I think is happening here. He's watching his X-Men destroy a world. Potentially, delving back into leaks, potentially, that could be Toby's world he's watching get blowed up. I mean, that's one when we, as best we can say, know for sure is we're going to see get destroyed. Mayhaps that's what this is. Mayhaps this is Toby's world.
Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we should
Aura. That's all I got to say there. Aura.
be faced with an unthinkable decision.
I've fought with.
That whole, the voiceover by Doom, that's him in pretending to be a good guy. Warning, something's coming, something we may not be able to deter. Making him, trying to come off friendly and helpful. We'll be faced with an unthinkable decision. Right? Making it sound like it's something he would regret doing when we all know damn well he won't. So that's him in manipulator mode. Those lines, I believe.
Many warriors in my time.
And now we got Hemsworth fucking laying it down. So now we have the meeting of the teams. I'm pretty sure. Okay, yep, it was leaked. See, here's Thor with the Four coming off a Fantastic Four ship where they landed. after this is basically the Fantastic Four post-credit scene, but like right after. And we got Sam, Bucky, and Scott.
You're far stronger.
Okay, so who all do we have here? We have Reed, Sue, Avoid. Not sure. This is probably Doom. I would say Franklin, but I don't think they would have this much room between them if it was Franklin. So I feel like this is Doom because we know Doom's got to be on the ship with him, right? I don't know why they're hiding him here. Maybe they're emphasizing the three universe looking thing because it looks like they're going to intersect. It also kind of looks like the Stargate symbol for Earth, but that's a whole other thing. So yeah, we have the F4 and I'm assuming Doom right here. We have Scott and Sam and probably Bucky on the other side of them, and then we have our new Avengers over here. And look at fucking Red Guardian, that Gomer. He's such a fucking goober. Holy shit. Anyway, so we have basically the basic teams and Thor about to drop a lecture.
Then all of us put together, and they died.
Namor, Shuri.
They died facing enemies and threats.
Oh. Looks like there might be an issue in Namor's throne room, eh? Okay.
And threats.
Where do we know this statue from, chat? Is this outside the X-Mansion? Now we know there's going to be a big old battle at the X-Mansion where Doom is going to be like Yokam, the bad guy, and start fucking controlling Sentinels and shit. I think this may be that battle.
It scared me far less. It scared me far less.
Oh, this is a Sentinel head. Okay, yep, so this has to be the X-Mansion. Look, Sentinel debris, chat. This is Sentinel debris.
Less than this one.
Doom aura farming.
This one.
Look at him. Aura farming from a distance, and he's still aura farming. Okay, this is a stairway in the X-Mansion, blowing up for some reason or another. Scott and the costume, chat. They fucking nailed the costume. I am so pleased with this. This shit makes me happy. Does it make you happy, chat? Because it makes me happy. This looks damn good. Cheers to the costume design team. They fucking nailed that one. And we got some Gambit versus Chung-Chi. I mean, Channing kind of has to. I don't think he can help looking just a little cheese ball with this. But he does look better, I gotta say. Looks like he hit up some GLP-1s and the gym to prepare for being Gambit again. But yeah, him versus Shang-Chi is pretty cool.
Than this one.
I wonder if it was Scott that blew up the stairs, or I wonder what blew up the stairs.
Everything that they...
Okay, so we got, this is the TVA card that we've been hearing about in the leaks.
Everything...
Oops, shit.
Everything that they suck.
Okay, so I still can't get it in the right goddamn spot. Okay, so we have his Yggdrasil on the back of this card that he gives to Steve. Even though they don't like really show it Steve, you'll be able to tell it's Steve. But we heard this talked about in the leaks, so they can get a hold of him. Now, in the leaks, they said he was given this after he dropped Steve and Peggy off in 828.
Everything that they sacrificed.
Or is that just his name badge? Well, maybe it's kind of both. I just find it interesting that it looks like it could be some cool tech, and then he turns it over and it's his fucking TVA badge. Maybe in his capabilities, maybe this got overblown. I'm curious now. See, this is why I like going through these slowly, because like I can finally grasp shit. Anyway, we continue.
This will be for nothing.
But I still say he's in Steve's house in that right there.
Sacrifice will be for nothing.
And that looks like a garish, 50s, 60s kind of thing. These curtains scream older. So yeah, I think this is his scene with Steve and possibly Peggy as well.
Nothing. If we do not stand together.
We got Shuri walking through the thing. We saw this in the character tease back in January. Got the wall of water. So we're assuming this is in Talocan, and fucking Namor's doing Moses shit. Okay, so we're showing more people this time. Baku, Shuri, Dora Milaje, Ben, Sue, Bucky, Scott. Is that Ghost? Wait, is that even Scott? Who the fuck is that? Chat, why am I stupid? Who am I forgetting? Who the fuck is this? That's Ghost, I'm pretty sure. That's definitely Bucky. What fucking Thunderbolt am I forgetting, chat? I thought Ghost was... I mean, it's not Yelena. Is that Shang-Chi in armor? Fuck, I can't tell. Yelena, there's Reed. There's... I forget their robot's name. Oh, he got a little bit of a glow up. He doesn't look quite the same. Joaquin. Oh, that's the new Falcon? Okay, that's the new Falcon. No wonder I didn't recognize him. Okay, so we got Yelena. Wait, is this Reed stretched? Is that a stretchy arm, Reed? That is. That's a stretchy arm, Reed. Reed's doing stretchy things. Oh, he's holding Sam back. Why is he holding Sam back? Okay, interesting.
Petty.
And we have Rebecca Romaine back as Pete. I think she looks cool. I mean, do I need to state the obvious? Prefer the early 2000s look for, a couple of reasons. So yeah, no, I think she looks cool. Those two fighting each other.
Assume nothing except this.
All right. Magneto looks pretty fucking serious.
Except this.
And Charles looks pretty fucking sad.
If you return.
Scott saying what looks like a goodbye to Cassie. How many people think he gonna die in this movie? Chat, how many of us think he's gonna die in this movie? If you're not doing something else, put a 1 in there if you think he's gonna die. Because I'll tell you what, I think he's gonna die. Now, obviously, everyone's gonna come back in Secret Wars, so who fucking cares? But still, I think he's gonna die. Agree or disagree, chat? Scott Lang, live or die? Live or die. I think he gonna die. Anyway, I gotta tell you what though, like Thor's speech is way better just, letting it run. I might go back and just let Thor's speech run just because it's cool. But we're going for details right now. All right. Obviously, we have Johnny Storm and we have blonde locks. But here's the deal, chat. These are wavy blonde locks. Who do we know that Johnny Storm will be hugging with wavy blonde locks? Who also is a candidate for being in that void spot in the other shot? That's right. This is Franklin motherfucking Richards he's hugging on. And it looks like some ugliness is going to be happening too, because that's we're about to get fucking cooked hug. Yeah, maybe this, exactly. Maybe this is like the final incursion right here. Possibly. I mean, something's obviously blowing up. I don't know if it's just like the explosion of a weapon, final incursion. I kind of hope it's the final incursion because that'd be pretty fucking cool. But yeah, something big is going down, and this is Johnny hugging Franklin close because he's pretty sure they're about to get cooked by whatever this is. Also, excuse me, I'm a peeking.
Return has brothers and...
As you can see, Sue has straight fucking hair. And this is in Talocan. Notice the wall of water.
Sisters.
Oh, this is... Ah, that's right. Because remember, we were trying to figure out in the January little clippy thing.
Has brothers and sisters.
We were trying to figure out who she was Wakanda-ing. Well, evidently, it's Sue Storm. She was giving the sign to. And of course, we have Sam looking like Anthony Mackie. Gambit looking down, and this is still in the X-Mansion chat, by the way. There's a lot going down in the X-Mansion, I gotta tell you. Oh, the stairs haven't blown up yet. So we have a Gambit. Can't tell who that is. I think that's a Reed because I don't see blonde hair. Well, we have Sam. This is the X-Mansion. So Sam comes maybe possibly busting through or something was bust behind him. But anyway, this is X-Mansion. Okay, we got Gambit flipping down. Who is that standing up? Who is this? I cannot tell. Can you guys tell who the fuck that is? Okay, so this is a 4. There's Mystique. I think that's Sam right there. Gambit coming down to blow some shit up. And then whoever this is. I cannot tell who the hell this is. Is this yet another person right here? Then we saw this in the X-Men clip from January. So we know what this is. Scott doing the thing. Sentinel's there. We got Sue getting her powers, freaking out about something. Namor in flight. And then this.
We're going to need a miracle.
Like, I don't care what anyone says.
On my words.
That's some dope shit right there. Now, how the hell is he doing that? Well, we have a rune on the glove. And if you see, we got little green glowies. This I got from somebody else, not even going to lie. So you see these little green glowies here? That's got to be sorcery. Doom is blocking Thor's most powerful shit. Shit that was powerful enough to blow through the Infinity Gauntlet, by the way. In Infinity War. Now, some people are good. Well, actually, I've already seen some people bitch about it. Doom's not that powerful, yada, yada, yada. The Infinity... You shouldn't be able to stop Stormbreaker if the Infinity Stones, the fucking Gauntlet couldn't. Well, what they're not realizing is one of the prime rules of comics, and therefore comic book movies, is you adjust power scales to suit your motherfucking story. Happens all the time on the page. No reason why it can't happen on the screen. And also, who knows how much power, outside power, Doom has collected to this point anyway. Maybe he's already taken out Loki at this point. Because this is, after all, green magic. What color is Loki's magic, chat? Could he have already drained Loki at this point? I mean, we're all pretty sure he's going to. Leaks say he's going to. Could he have already drained Loki at this point to be using this green magic plus all his own sorcery plus that rune on his gauntlet to stop a blow that blew through the Infinity Gauntlet? I say yes. I mean, we're not talking just regular Loki magic. We're talking God of Stories Loki magic. Like Loki at his most insanely powerful. So all of that under control of Doom. I would say that's probably enough to stop Stormbreaker. Now, using just 2 fingers, that's just fucking badass. Now, I mean, I'm pretty damn good with 2 fingers. But this I don't see how anyone could say this ain't fucking aura. Like, holy shit. But yeah, prime rule of this type of stuff, writers will power scale to suit their story every single time. Just, wanted to put that out there. Like, come on, man. Nice close-up of the mask with Tony's eyeballs. No, people were saying the eye holes were looking a little big. I mean, they may have made adjustment in post, but they don't look that big. Looks pretty damn cool. And the eye slits are shrunk down enough to where we can't tell if he's actually scarred in this. We can only see his eyeballs. But damn, he looks good, chat. Doom looks fucking great.
We're going to need a miracle.
Hey, pal.
Now, this has to be when Thor first boards the F4 ship. Probably in space, because there's no way he was in 828. They probably picked him up when they popped into 616. And as we know from the leaks, Steve was on that ship will be the 4, Franklin, Steve, and Doom. Because as we know, Steve's in 828, Doom's in 828 as of the end of F4. The F4 there, obviously. And obviously Thor will not be in the 828 universe, so when they popped into the 616, they found them a Thor. So this has got to be right when they find Thor and right when he comes aboard the ship.
It's not possible.
Now again, some people are crying about him being in street clothes and with long hair and a beard. And a lot of people are thinking because of the lighting and like the different kind of smile that's Hydra Cap. Had pretty much all the scoopers be like, nah fam, but they did that with Jean Grey, so who the fuck knows? I personally don't think it's Hydra Cap. And I personally dig, like, he's back to his Infinity War look, his Nomad look, and I think that's pretty cool. Just my personal opinion on that one. Let me check something. I did not do what I was supposed to do and make sure I wasn't going to get cracked. Okay, no warnings. We appear to still be going. Good. Disney got smart and eased off. Check. Go ahead. Try that again. Yay. All right. Did you guys see anything that I missed? And thanks for the help with the new Falcon guy being who the hell I was looking at. I forgot he was going to be in this thing, honestly. I forgot he existed, honestly. I wouldn't have missed him if he wasn't in it. You know what, chat? What do you think? Did you see anything I didn't? Questions? What have you? You know what? I think we should just watch this bitch through one more time. Start to finish. No stopping, no pausing. I will try to keep my mouth shut just so we can enjoy this bitch. Here we go.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. And presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle.
Hey, pal.
It's not possible.
That trailer gives me goddamn goosebumps. I don't even care. It's crazy. Where's that poster? Did I not bookmark the poster? Oh, yes, I did. Wait, how do I feel? I gotta find it. 'Cause that's got some cool shit in it. I've seen some people talking about that. Give me the full one. Okay, there. Let's check out this poster, chat. There's some cool shit in there. I've seen some people talking about. Oh, you know what? First things first. Okay. So, obviously, the broad view here, we have Doom in front of this rather large tapestry. We're depicting, we got a world, brain, person, then we got what appears to be a mother and child. Now, according to the leak, and I guess what may now be the second trailer, Doom is supposed to be walking by a painting of his wife and son, but this is a tapestry. This is not a painting. So we'll start with it. I mean, those are pretty generic looking people. They didn't even they refused to give us a hint and be like, okay, yeah, make this look like Sue and Franklin as we've seen them before. No. So could this be his wife and son? Sure. I've heard people say that it's his mom and him. I'm not willing to discount that possibility. I know some people are like, no fucking way. But you know what? I'm not willing to discount the possibility. Gargoyle, we got some wood. Angel, maybe? Angel. And we have this world here. Clouds. Those moons? Bubbles? What the fuck? Oh, I think maybe that's supposed to be a bug of some kind. Or a clip for the curtain. Yeah, that's not helping. Okay, this is interesting though. Because we have clouds here, but they kind of morph into broken rock here. And maybe this is debris. I'm not sure why this is like spherical though. Yeah, see, this looks like a big old crack here. And we have this here. So we have a world cracking. And whatever reason, clouds on the right side. So maybe this is a dying world, or a world that needs to be blown up, is about to blow up. Not sure what's up with that. That kind of looks like a skull face. But that's not a side, so I'm not sure what's happening there, but it's creepy. Some weird horse thing. Can't tell what that is. Excuse me, Victor, I'm trying to look at your tapestry. Horse. This would be a deer? Oh, notice he's holding his mask. Damn, I can't get any closer. What the fuck? What do you think, chat? Does that feel like his regular movie? Yeah, because that's the regular movie. Interesting choice that they haven't taken. Got some dude here. Some people said it looks like that, like he's snapping. I can see it. That'd be very, very interesting if that is in fact supposed to be Tony Stark snapping. Because that would give credence to those two are variants of each other's theories. not one over the other. But if that is truly Tony Stark snapping, a representation of him snapping, A, that'd be crazy as shit. And two, again, here he's kind of soft confirmed, you know? If that is Stark. So I think that poster is pretty fucking badass. You know, here's the wide shot again. And whoever designed this is dope. I commend them. What do you guys think of the poster? You like the poster? I like the poster. I think it's pretty fucking sick. I don't know if it's been long enough, but I'm trying anyway. Cold soda pop is delicious. Anyway. Alright, well, if you have no further thoughts on that, it's time to get into some of the other news, as it were. There's going to be more Doomsday talk. You want that poster? Yeah, I want that poster too. It's pretty dope. I don't know where I'd put it. I don't have frames. I don't have a lot of wall space. But I still want it. I want all the things I have no room for. Alright, moving on. We have a new official synopsis for Doomsday, and it goes as follows. Universes collide, and the multiverse saga begins its final chapter. Beloved heroes from 3 distinct universes will be set on a deadly collision course and ultimately face an existential threat unlike anything they've ever encountered. This epic film will lay the foundation for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's actually a pretty decent synopsis. I like it. Got a little drama to it. Not too cheesy. Yes, we watched 97 first. It was pretty cool. Don't fuck with Polaris. It's pretty much the lesson of that episode. Really. Okay, yeah, check this shit out, chat. I've been less than kind to like cinephiles and Dune fans because they've been exceedingly fucking uppity and arrogant and dicks. So I'm gonna dance on their future grave just a little more. Check these numbers out, chat. Coming from Variety.com. Exclusive. Avengers Doomsday has generated $16.5 million in advance ticket sales after the first day of availability. Excuse me. Those pre-sales are impressive because tickets were only available for premium formats in just 1,000 domestic theaters. Pre-sales are twice as high as the first day figures for Marvel's prior superhero mashup, 2024's Deadpool and Wolverine, and that included all formats and screens on sale. So in just 1,000 screens, they doubled up Deadpool and Wolverine with all the screens. Oh yeah, Resurrected Gambit is going to be a massive problem. Showtimes on Thursday the 17th and Friday the 18th are already largely sold out, according to Studio Insider. And are we surprised, chat? I'm not surprised. I don't think anyone should be surprised. Not even the Dune fans. They shouldn't be surprised either, although they might be. I don't know why. They just absolutely refuse to accept that Cameo Fest fan service slot can stomp their elevated sci-fi movie. But that's exactly what's gonna fucking happen. Then we have more numbers. There are a few different sources I could have grabbed for this, but I decided to go with Charles Murphy of Murphy's Multiverse because, he's been in the game a long time. He's good at what he does, and he's from Michigan, baby. I'm not sure if he actually lives here still, but he's from Michigan. I always see him, occasionally posting about our sports teams, and I'm a fan of them. Yeah. Anywho, so he gathered some info and put it together in this article about more numbers for Doomsday. More proof that the Dune heads are just going to have to eat shit in December. They annoy the fuck out of me. What up, Travis? They really do. They aggravate the shit out of me. And I find it very, very difficult to be charitable when it comes to those fucking pinky in the air, defeat snob, twat ass bitches. So anyway, the article. The Multiverse Saga just delivered proof that audience appetite for Marvel's premier heroes remains intact. Keyword there, premiere. According to an exclusive breaking report from Variety, the explosive first full-length trailer for Avengers Doomsday amassed a staggering 503 million views across all global platforms during its initial 24-hour launch window. The massive figure crowns Doomsday as the single most viewed trailer launch in Disney's corporate history, completely obliterating the previous studio record held by 2024's Deadpool and Wolverine, which was 365 million. So we're talking 138 million views more. Globally, the Russo brothers' multiversal epic now stands as the second biggest trailer debut of all time, trailing only Sony Pictures and Marvel's own Spider-Man Brand New Day with 719. Damn, that's another 216 million on top of the 138 million that they beat Deadpool and Wolverine by. Holy shit, that Brand New Day trailer. God, this image. And the rune is dope. Unlike Deadpool and Wolverine, which received a massive boost from a live Super Bowl television broadcast, Doomsday achieved its historic... Rewind. Doomsday achieved its historic numbers purely through digital engagement. The trailer took off absurdly fast, quickly accelerating to pass 300 million views within 8 hours, before eclipsing the 475 million mark previously set by Rockstar Games' GTA 6. The trailer surge comes on the heels of Marvel's unique promotional campaign, where 4 individual character teasers have already generated over 1.02 billion combined views. And then we talked about this already, but we'll just finish the article anyway. The massive digital engagement translated immediately into pre-sales dollars for Disney. Variety reports that the first wave of advanced ticket sales, released under the studio's specialty Infinity Vision label, generated an unprecedented $16.5 million in domestic pre-sales after its first day of availability. Exhibitor sources note that the $16.5 million figure is even more remarkable given the strict availability parameters. There was limited inventory. Pre-sales were strictly restricted to premium large format auditoriums across roughly 1,000 domestic theaters. Sellout status. Opening showtimes for Thursday, December 17th and Friday, December 18th are already largely sold out across major markets, forcing theater owners to prepare to add standard auditorium showtimes at a later date, which they are most definitely going to have to do. For the last few years, cynical cultural commentary declared that quote-unquote superhero fatigue had permanently killed the box office dominance of comic book cinema. Pulling 503 million trailer views in 24 hours while generating $16.5 million in ticket sales off just 1,000 premium screens proves that audience enthusiasm has vanished. It was simply waiting for an event worthy of its scale. That is one of the most fair takes I've seen. by bringing back the Russo brothers and RDJ to weave a massive multi-franchise crossover combining the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and the Fox X-Men. Marvel Studios hasn't just crafted another sequel. They have successfully engineered the single most anticipated cinematic event of the year. December 18th can't get here fast enough. I 100% agree. So yeah, pre-sales, bonkers. Social media views, internet views, digital views, whatever you want to call them, bonkers. Like this chat, this movie's gonna fucking crush. Now, that being said, Brand New Day is gonna make money. I don't think that's a hot take at all. I think Brand New Day is gonna make anywhere from 1.9 to 2.2, maybe 2.3 billion. And I'm putting Doomsday at 1.4 to 1.7. I am 100% convinced Brand New Day is going to make more than Doomsday. It's for a couple reasons. Reason one. It's motherfucking Spider-Man, the most popular comic book hero in the entire fucking world. The most popular superhero in the entire fucking world. So bonkers numbers, even just on that, are to be expected. Reason number two, Doomsday, unlike Spider-Man, is carrying a lot of baggage. It's carrying 2 phases and change worth of baggage. It's carrying the burden of having to win back a large chunk of the fandom's trust. Doomsday has a lot of heavy lifting to do, and I think that weight is going to hold down the box office. Spider-Man's going to make more than Doomsday. I'm calling it now. Oh, yeah. Excuse me, what do you think about that, chat? What do you think about that, chat? I thought I did. Hold up, chat. Look at those and see if I have. Oh yeah, no. Need that. Really? Okay. Well, I got the main one I wanted off of that anyway. That's not right. What the hell? Anyway. All right, Chad, I think I have what I want. All right. Sweet. Yeah, so I'm going to gamble, and then we're going to talk about all the yapping Feige's been doing in various interviews. And he's dropped all kinds of fun little tidbits, chat. All kinds of them. Granted, they'll make over $2 billion easy. It's got a damn good chance, I'll put it that way. I mean, No Way Home made 1.9 without China, and this one has China, and I saw something where China is, I think they're, wait. No, China dropped a lot of money on the Brand New Day, Doomsday, both, I think, actually. Excuse me. Fuck you, Streamlabs. Alright. So Feige has engaged in one of his rare yap sessions doing media. And dropping hints. I'm not sure how much of it he meant to, but alright, so there's a lot of different quotes. We got a few decent quotes from when he was on the Happy Sad to Feud podcast from Josh Horowitz. He talked to Collider. And then he did a big old interview in China. So, you guys ready to talk about Feige talking? I hope you are, because we're about to. Here we go. First up, Kevin Feige says they have plans for the MCU through 2042. That's where we can hold on until 2042? Who knows? Will it be those movies that will be made? Who knows? So yeah, literally till Hugh Jackman's 90. 2042. He has plans for another 16 years, bro. From today. I'm going to be motherfucking 67 in 2042, chat. What the hell? And you know what? I'll still be riding with Marvel. Me and my Medicare. Yeah, so that's funny. Can we hold on until 2042? Who knows? But they have plans for 2042. So, like, no one, again, god damn it, Daniel. A lot of people are like to disbelieve, and believe wrongly that there was no planning involved in, like, coming up to Doomsday and all that shit. They're wrong. But now they can't make that claim because here he's like, we have plans through 2042. They have a 16-year plan. It's kind of crazy, but also fucking impressive. And it'll be a lot easier now because they have just about all their toys. They currently have a good working relationship with Sony. Of course, the fact that Sony has to sit there and do nothing at 79% of the box office probably helps. But yeah. We've got a 16-year plan. So this is a cool quote. Secret Wars will represent the beginning. It will establish a streamlined, simplified, single universe that's easier for audiences to follow. Some aspects will feel familiar, but many, many things will be entirely new. Earlier, we talked about attracting younger audiences and connecting with the new generation. Yeah, because they got their work cut out for that one, because Gen Z don't give a fuck. about comic book movies. They're the ones that are causing obsession and backrooms and shit like that to blow up. That's their shit. Gen Z don't give a shit about comic book movies. So yeah, if he can manage to snag some Gen Z, they're gonna make all the fucking money. Holy shit. But that's like the smallest of the points is them going after a younger audience. I mean, duh, you don't have them anymore right now. What used to be your young audience is now in their 30s, dog. So yeah, you need to get them Gen Zs and older Gen Alphas going. All right. Here's the kickers, this first one. Secret Wars will represent a beginning. It will establish a streamlined, simplified, single universe that's easier for audiences to follow. Some aspects will feel familiar, but many things will be entirely new. Okay, so chat. It's the streamlined, streamlined, simplified, single universe. That's a big one. Because for the longest, we were thinking that's what the plans were going to be. And then Secret Wars leaks started dropping. And those leaks said at the end they were going to go back to a multiverse. And now here again, Kevin is talking about it being a single universe. So that begs the question, chat. Is Feige being intentionally misleading? Is he straight up lying? Or is at least that part of the leak wrong? What do you guys think, chat? Is Feige full of it, or is the leak full of it? I'm inclined to say the leak is wrong. Because again, way back when, this was the plan. Feige, I believe, had talked about this prior, like a couple of years ago at the 2024 Comic-Con. He was talking about this shit, or at least press surrounding it. Press surrounding something. Maybe it was just press surrounding the Wolverine. But either way, of course, they were going to ask him about Secret Wars and post-Secret Wars. And he had already talked about having all the toys in one sandbox, having one new universe after Secret Wars. So he's just reiterating that. So again, either he's been full of shit, consistently full of shit, or the leak is wrong. I'm gonna go with the leak is wrong. And that we are actually just going to get a single universe which we want. They didn't do the multiverse well enough in this saga for a lot of people to want it to continue. So this should be the way they go. According to Kevin, that is the way they're going to go. So yay. I'm very curious about how some aspects will be familiar, but he's saying many things will be entirely new. Now, he has talked about that before. He's also said that everything up through Secret Wars is still going to be canon. Like it all happened. But they're going to be able to fuck around because after Secret Wars, when the new universe gets remade, a lot of people are not going to know that the Infinity Saga and the Multiverse Saga happened. Or at least they won't know that the Multiverse Saga happened. I would imagine the Infinity Saga is going to be pretty much intact. All the changes are going to come with I think they're going to be fixing a lot of their fuck-ups from Phase 4 and 5 with this reset. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm going with that's what I think he means by some aspects will feel familiar, dear God, words. But many things will be entirely new. That's what I think. I think phases 1 through 6 will still be canon. But I also think the many new things are going to be changing the dumb shit that they did. And hopefully making it cool. What do you guys think about that shit, chat? What do you guys think about Feige's statements? These statements about how things will be going forward in general in the MCU. Damn. Okay. I find this next one really cool. Kevin Feige confirms that the upcoming Avengers films are inspired by the Time Runs Out and Secret Wars comic book storyline. Hickman! He's inspired by Hickman! That's amazing. What we really want to do is two things, he says. First, to bring closure to some storylines that began before Iron Man, including the original X-Men characters. Second, at the same time, to set the stage for the future. Well, you couldn't have picked better runs to do that with. That's great. Now, there had been reports that he was going to they were going to incorporate some of that, but that they were also going to be borrowing from the '85 Secret Wars and potentially some Avengers Forever thrown in there. And there still could be some of that shit in the mix. I'm not saying there isn't, but him highlighting the Hickman run is a good thing, because that fucking story, 3-year-long story, is spooking amazing. I believe those was it 3 years? Is that how long it took to get through everything from Avengers New Avengers to Time Runs Out to Secret Wars? Something like 3 years? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it was. This one's cool. Feige confirms there are plans to introduce Miles Morales in the MCU. I think live-action Spider-Man movies have this destiny to add Miles at some point after the Spider-Verse series is completed. Now, Sony had already said, there will be no live-action. Sony already said that. There will be no live-action Miles until after Spider-Verse. So now, this begs a couple of questions. One, how long after? Because Beyond the Spider-Verse is supposed to come out next year. So how quickly are they going to allow that after next year? 2028, 2029, 2030? Personally, I'm thinking 29 or 30. Hopefully 29. I don't want to wait that long. I'm being selfish. I do not want to wait that long for Miles. Miles is dope. And then question number 2. We know Holland's contract runs out after Spider-Man 6. Will they recast a Peter Parker, or will they just pivot over to Miles for a while? That'll be 6 for Holland, 2 for Garfield, and 3 for Maguire. That'll be 11 Spider-Man Peter Parker movies. Now, if they do, if they can't talk Tom Holland into staying, then they're like, fuck it, we have 11 Peter Parker movies. Let's rock with Miles for couple 3 solo. Give Miles a trilogy, give him some good love and some good shine, and then maybe recast again for a Peter Parker. I would not be mad at that at all. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be a good way to do it, honestly. And I hope they do it that way. I mean, it makes sense. You think 2030? I mean, probably. I'm just hoping for 29. But yeah, so what do you guys think? A, yay Miles, and B, will they switch to him being the main Spider-Man after Tom Holland's contract runs out? What do you guys think? I think there's a chance. I'm not saying it will, but I think there's a chance, and honestly, I think they should do it. What do you guys think? Should they do it, chat? Should they just pivot to Miles after Holland's contract runs out? Assuming they can't find a way to keep him, that is. What do you think, chat? And also, my apologies to those of you who've been watching the replay. I have not acknowledged you, and I am so sorry. Thanks for clicking. Wow, this will be shit. I'm sucking today. This will be the first time I've asked people to hit the like if they haven't. And yeah, hit the like if you haven't. And also, if you're new and you're having a good time, hit the sub and the bell. Whether live or replay. Appreciate it a lot. I really would. If you do that, that'd be great. Yeah, I'd be down to a full pivot from 2 miles. All right, next up. Of course, everyone wants to know about this shit. Kevin Feige, when asked if he will reveal that Damson Idris is the new Black Panther in the MCU, his response was "Not today," and then he left. No surprise there. No surprise that he would be asked about Damson, and no surprise that he would not answer. Not a lot to that one. I mean, it would have been nice if he would have said something or blinked twice. Something along those lines. But nope. The usual non-answer when it comes to the Black Panther. Okay, now Feige also did that. All those quotes that we just did was from an interview he did in China. I'm not sure if it was at a con or maybe it was at the Shanghai event. Not 100%, but that's where all those came from. Now this next one comes from an interview he did with Collider, and this one gets me excited. And this is where we also fold in SDCC chat or discussion. Feige teases Marvel Studios Hall H panel at SDCC. When we go to Hall H, it's for a reason. And it's to have some surprises and show a few things. It's our home away from home, Hall H. I'm very excited to be heading back. Now, some people that I watch, some streamers, some YouTubers, are saying that SDCC is losing its luster. They're saying that it's a waste of studios' money to do Hall H presentations. Evidently, they have forgotten what a Marvel Hall H presentation is like. It hasn't been that long. The last time they went was 2024. To hype up Deadpool Wolverine and then show us Doomsday being the next Avengers movie and then showing us RDJ is going to be Doom. They didn't go last year, which was a bummer. They're coming back this year, and I love this. When we go to Hall H, it's for a reason. Well, that reason is they know, because Downey was allowed to say it out loud in an interview, they know they need our trust back. And one of the best ways to win our trust back is to put on a super hype Hall H and show us and tell us super dope shit that we can be excited about beyond Doomsday. mean, of course, they're going to try and get us a fuck ton excited about Doomsday. I mean, just about all the Marvel shit that's up, banners and arches and all that kind of shit, is about Doomsday. So their Hall H presentation is going to be Doomsday. But they're also there they're also there to generate hype for Beyond Secret Wars as well. That's probably the biggest reason. They know where they're at. They know they've screwed the pooch for the last few years. They know they have to work hard to get us back. And it started Monday with the trailer drop and the ticket sales, both of which were enormously successful. And now the Marvel hype train is going to make a stop at San Diego Comic-Con and do the business there. Now, he didn't say it's just for a reason. He said it's for a reason and just to have some surprises and show a few things. So when he says show a few things, I'm sure he's probably going to let us know, because there's three open Marvel slots in 2028. May, July, and December, I believe. So showing a few things could possibly be putting movie names to one or more of those slots. Maybe all three. That would be a few things that he could show. As for surprises, he could bring out unconfirmed cast members from Doomsday. Like, I don't know, Toby, Hugh, and Ryan. I think would be excellent choices for that kind of surprise. Or even more unconfirmed castings besides them. He could bring out a whole fucking group. But hopefully, one of the surprises is at least those three. Because people are going to go batshit crazy. Because remember, our little community where we talk about all the leaks and scoops and shit is really fucking small compared to the overall fandom. Most of the overall fandom has no idea that those three are even rumored to be in Doomsday. No clue. So if those three come rolling out on stage, man, the general fandom is going to lose their motherfucking mind. Right along with the rest of us. Yeah. So hopefully surprises or something along those lines. Hopefully showing a few things means filling in a couple of those empty Marvel slots sitting there in 2028. And the reason I'm pretty sure is they fucking know where they're at. And they know they need to get us super activated. Excuse me, for this movie. All right. And then we got some fun quotes from when he was on the Happy Sad Confused podcast with Josh Horowitz. Check this shiz out. First of all, Kevin Feige admits he feels like a, quote, gigantic loser and a failure over the Blade movie. And I hate to say it, but he ain't wrong. Horowitz, how much time and therapy have you spent talking about Blade, this poor product we need to get this done? Kevin, how are you doing in therapy? Should we get into a therapy session? Kevin says, yeah. I mean, we all... What the fuck? Okay. We all want it. Wow, this guy doesn't know how to type. I should have proofread this. Anyway, Kevin says, I'm feeling excited that we got Wesley back for a time in Deadpool Wolverine, and I feel like a gigantic loser and failure that we didn't get off the ground with Mahershala. Horowitz says, here's one. Is there a world where Secret Wars is 2 films? Because we've been speculating about this forever. Some people really want that. I've been saying it ain't gonna fucking happen because Feige, along with the rest of us, wants out of the multiverse saga and into some mutant laws. So I've been saying no from jump. And so does Feige. Horowitz, is there a world where Secret Wars is 2 films? And Feige says, not this world, no. So, 1 Secret Wars movie, done with multiverse, onto the mutants. And I'm all for that. Is Doomsday sticking to its release date? Yes, definitely. Of course. They're not going to run from fucking Dune. That'd be dumb. What does the MCU look like in a nutshell coming out of Secret Wars? Do you consider this a reboot? Feige's answered this question a lot. He likes to call it what he says. He says no, but I look to the comics as I always do in terms of our storytelling. And after both Secret Wars, but particularly the Hickman Secret Wars 10 years ago, there's a nice roadmap to where we can go. You know what? You could have listened to this without all this shitty fucking typing. Last thing for you, how many X-Men have you cast that I just don't know about? People signed on right now for X-Men X. Feige, not necessarily. So there is a chance with that bit of non-committalness that we actually could possibly maybe get at least 1 or 2 of the X-Men characters confirmed to be cast. And I'll tell you right now, since Spider-Man does not come out for another week, Sadie Sink will not be one of them. He is not going to march Sadie Sink out on stage and be like, here's your new Jean Grey before fucking Spider-Man comes out. That's just not going to happen. But, even though he said in an interview the other day, it's your tradition, I get a hold of Adam Driver on a Zoom and try and recruit him, and he always says no. But how awesome / huge of a surprise would it be if Feige's like, okay, let me introduce you to a couple of characters from our X-Men movie, or a couple actors from our upcoming X-Men movie. And then Adam Driver comes rolling out on the stage. Brother, that would be fucking crazy. Even if he is only being cast as William Stryker, which is kind of a bummer. I'd rather he be Magneto or Sinister, but either way, whether he's playing Stryker or whatever, having Adam Driver come rolling out on stage, being announced as officially being cast in the X-Men movie, holy shit. That would be a very hype moment. I mean, the only people, and obviously Sadie's Jean, but they're not going to announce that again. The only other characters that have been like really heavily rumored to like being in active casting are Professor X and Beast. Those are the only ones that really have names to them. So there's a couple other random names out there of people they're eyeballing, but they have not been specific for which character. I think we talked about a couple of them on Saturday. So, but here's the kicker. Jeff Snyder. Now he didn't say flat out no, but he said don't expect any kind of X-Men casting announcements at SDCC. Which makes sense, honestly, because all the outside of Sadie Sink, all the reports have been, except for APOC with Adam Driver, all the reports have always been like Marvel is eyeing so and so. A couple have been Marvel's in talks. So yeah, it's not seeming. I mean, obviously there's a lot of projects where we like Marvel or comic book movie or not, where you don't get news about who's going to be in them until like they're mostly fucking filmed. Even though obviously they had already been cast to be filmed. So it is possible that they do have 1 or 2 more people besides Sadie locked in. But even if so, they're under no real obligation to bring anyone out on stage. And from a certain perspective, doing something like that could be a bit of a mistake. Like, yeah, Spider-Man in another week. You're gonna want to, keep the hype train rolling for that. Gotta hype the shit out of Doomsday. Do you really want to take away from either of those movies' shine with X-Men casting announcement? I don't know that would be the best idea. I don't know that it's a bad idea, but I don't think it's a great idea. So, thinking about it from that perspective, Snyder very well could be right. We might not get shit for X-Men other than one of those 3 dates in 2028 being announced as theirs. I think that's most likely all the X-Men we're going to get. If any. Next question, though, chat. Since Monday's trailer, we have come to learn, was the CinemaCon trailer with 1 or 2 tweaks. And supposedly a leak came out for the second trailer today. Although from what I've seen of it, it's mostly... Well, it's the description of the trailer we thought we were going to get this weekend anyway. When we surprisingly got the CinemaCon one on Monday. So, do we think one of the things that we might get shown, going back to his quote about showing us a few things, do we think that maybe besides filling in 1, 2, or all of those empty movie slots in 2028, do we think something else he could show would be a second Doomsday trailer? The one we thought we were going to get anyway this weekend? What do you think, chat? Think we're getting a second trailer? Oh, really? Did I close that? Oh, yeah. I'm not 100% convinced, but I think there's believe it or not, I think there's a good shot that actually happens. Now, we did get a report last week about a Doomsday trailer being dubbed for international. Now, it very well could have been the one we got on Monday. But it could be a second one for Saturday. I don't know about y'all, but I think that would be amazing. God damn it. I think that would be awesome. I would like to see more Doom action. And personally, in order to shut those fucking crybabies up about how Doom has no build-up, I think the next Doomsday trailer, that's another reason I think the next Doomsday trailer should be Doom heavy. And when I say Doom heavy, I mean Doom heavily beating the fuck out of everybody. Showing exactly how badass he is, showing exactly how big a threat he is. I think that needs to be a good chunk of the second trailer. So we can shut those fucking whiny ass bitches up. If for no other reason, besides my selfish greed and wanting to see Doom do more Doom things. Excuse me. So that's what I would like to see from the second trailer, whenever we get the second trailer. Whether it be this weekend, a couple months down the road, what have you. I want it to be Doom heavy, and I think it should be Doom heavy. But hopefully we get it this weekend. That would be awesome. Yeah. What do I think we're going to get after we talk about all this possibilities? I 100% think we are going to get at least one of those January 2028 slots filled. Possibly 2. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think 2. They will announce when they are going to premiere Black Panther 3, and they will announce when they're going to premiere X-Men. I think there's a damn good chance that he does roll Toby, Hugh, and Ryan out on two. And possibly, if there are other unconfirmed cast members, maybe a couple more. Maybe he'll roll a few of people out. But I think there's a very, very, very good chance we get Toby, Hugh, and Ryan. But I'm not going to lose my shit if we don't. And then I think there's a damn good chance we'll get a second trailer, but I'm not counting on it. I'm not counting on it. I would love it, but I'm not counting on it. I do not want to be disappointed and angry because it did not happen. No. But either way, I think we are in for a hell of a show on Saturday night at Hall H, which means I think we're primed for a hell of a stream right here on Saturday night as well, going over it. So that's it, chat. That's all I got. It is now your time. Ask your questions. Share your thoughts. I'll hang out for a little while, but I'm getting hard. Yeah, I hope so too. I want it. I would love a second Doomsday trailer. But I'm not going to expect it, and I'm not going to be mad about it if we don't. Anything else? Bueller. Well, seems I probably should go. Everyone abandoned ship anyway. All right. Well, I'm tired. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. You guys have been amazing as usual. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. Thank you for participating in the chat. Just thank you for fucking showing up. I love you guys. Like I always say, there's plenty of other shit you could be doing, but you chose to come hang out here tonight, and that's awesome. Hope you have a good rest of your week. And remember, we're going early Saturday night, 8:15, because Hall H starts at 8:30. That's all in my Eastern time zone. You can do your own calculation. So thanks for being here. Love y'all. We'll see you Saturday for SDCC, baby. Bye. Well, chat, and I mean we, because this shit don't happen without you, we had another good stream, and I thank you. What did we learn tonight, chat? We learned that the Doomsday trailer is awesome. We learned that the Doomsday haters and whiners and complainers are a bunch of dumb fucks. And we learned that indications are strong from Feige's own mouth that Hall H is going to be a banger. And I'm fucking ready for it. I think you are too. So I'm excited. So once again, I'm very, very grateful for all of you. You're a dope bunch of people. This is a great community that you've helped me form, and I appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your week. And then Hall H Saturday, baby, 8:15 Eastern. We're getting going. All right, y'all. Much love, and remember, wherever you're at and whoever you're with, always keep it nerdy. See ya.